What's up, Go enthusiasts? We're here watching Byung Gil play the Tendon Fox player Quinn. Let's see, I think that's Tuja, but I gotta go check. Byung Gil is Miracle 97, I know that much. Yeah, Tuja has the White Stones here. They just played 2 games. I was just watching. Byung Gil won the first one, and music in my ears is quite loud. Byung Gil won the first one in a crazy long, like, it was basically a miracle that he pulled off, honestly, to win it. I mean, it seemed like White, Tuja had captured the whole board. And somehow this thing came back, and then when that thing came back, the other thing started being able to crawl back to life, and then Byung Gil killed something on another side, and then he managed to save something at the very end, and then finally it was all over. It was a crazy game. And then just now, they played a very fast game, like 2-3 minutes or so, and it seems like Tuja is slightly tilted, got tricked in the opening, and just insta-resigned. So now we have this game. And while I was explaining all that, they've gone into the far reaches of Joseki, and by that I mean not Joseki. There's no shot that this is Joseki through here, but it's a very interesting result where, Wei is safe on the top side, but still has some territory there. Black has the territory in the corner. Black has some territory over here, potential, and yeah, the Hana here intends on using these 2 stones, but it's not like White can easily save them. If White would like really try to run them out, it could easily be difficult, especially after Black extended here. So this extend looks very harsh, was probably a great move. Seems to me like Black is better right now. Like the initiative Black has on this move right now, just saving this, leaving that weak, have this huge wall, you have some territory. I think Black is pretty good. It makes a lot of sense to come back here as well. Yeah, great. Making sense. And Black will just accept this, and I think he's just going to save this, and White will be under some small pressure. And basically the problem for White is White just has the top side in this part. Black has this corner and like quite a bit of power here. It's like really imposing power. So Byung Gil saved it as aggressively as possible. I was thinking to like run it out this way, but this way is obviously better when I see it. I just didn't think of that. It uses this influence to directly surround White. Like, why wouldn't you do that? I'm honestly quite dumb for not thinking of that. Pretty frustrating. But anyway, White then just went back and saved. I believe that's locally alive. It's not that easy. But yeah, that's locally alive. And it's possible that some move outside, like even this one, might be forcing. I have to be careful. Let's read it. There. I think this one should be forcing, actually, towards that corner. White came in and reduced this part. In the meantime, Black was satisfied to just get the nice shape here, nice shape there, and Sente and invades the 3-3. This is very interesting because he's left behind a cutting point here, which means that this group could be targeted, but if it does, then these 4 stones get heavy. So it's actually like not that pleasant for Black at this moment. I would not have thought to give Black the Panuki and then ask him what to do, but this seems like a tough question for Black to answer, actually. Really pretty creative play there. It's not that creative, I guess. If you're strong on that side, you're supposed to do it like this to give them some kind of question, some kind of problem. So this extend is Sente because there's a attach here, which would kill these 4 stones. Now that's only Sente for the 4 stones, so Black could have thought about like not answering. Answering it would obviously be here. Black could have played just to run out first. Let White try to capture those, or succeed at capturing those, and then move on. But instead he chose to capture it, become very thick. I think it helps a lot for this part, and therefore this part. And as long as he runs out and can save this, he can be alright. I'm curious what he'll try now. Oh, this way. So this is the attempt to locally kill in a different fashion, right? But I'm not exactly sure why you would exchange all these. Is he really intent on locally killing right now? Okay, White is intent on killing this, apparently. This is a sick attacking move. These kinds of Iron Pillar attacks they're very evocative. They look really powerful. Whether they actually are really powerful depends. So sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. It depends on whether it will actually work as a punch. And if it doesn't work, it's very, like, immediately these stones become poorly placed when black dies, or when black lives, I mean. When black lives in any way, then this is, like, weird. But a lot of the time before that, this will be very, very thick. So you can see now, not only did white manage to block the center, but he also made it so that this knight's move is totally viable for himself. And he's restricting this black super hard, trying to say it's just dead, it's just dead. Still, the red side over here, the next thing that black has as an attacking move over there, this one should kill. So after this, then there would be a turn, and then after this one, black turn, or, you know, the other way. Still, like, after this, white is supposed to be dead locally. Whether it would actually happen like that is another story. It's kind of thin. Okay, this is interesting. Now, if white pushes through, then black plans to push through here, and when white pushes through, black can Atari and capture the one stone. With the capture of the one stone and extra movement, black should be able to save himself. So white is thinking of resisting this one. Thinking, like, what if I play on the outside and cover entirely? But then there's this move for black, which is also going to do something. Not to mention the stuff in the corner as well. This is very tough. He lost on time. Tujayu just lost on time. I think there's some tilt going on there. Basically, black, that Tetsuji was wonderful. It seemed like black was going to live. And also the red side, even if white played first, it was not easy to live it, to save it. So, yeah, Tujayu couldn't find any way to keep the game going, so he just lost on time. This is interesting start. Wait, has clearly seen this before. He didn't pause at all, even one moment. I think this is black's, like, Fuseki prep to some extent. If you get so tilted, you're showing your Fuseki prep in Fox games. Surely it's not a good sign. Most of them, they like to conserve this kind of Fuseki prep. Like, basically what I mean when I say prep is I think black has looked at this before and knows all the variations, knows how to play it, and has an idea of, like, how he's going to apply pressure to white here. And typically that kind of pressure that you're ready to prepare, that's really strong in a long time control game. Because, like, in a long time control game, it's very scary to think that you're playing against the ghost of your opponent's, you know, home computer. Compared to just playing against your opponent is not so hard. But when you have to play against their PC at home, that's a little scary. So, in an online blitz game, it doesn't matter so much to play against their home computer for a few moves, because, you know, 2 minutes later, no one will remember what happened in the opening anyway. Uh-oh. It looks like black messed up as well, somehow. Black couldn't find any way to play on the right side directly. Now he's playing on the right side, but it's only after allowing this Hane, which doesn't look comfortable. Now black is in very awkward shape here. Decided to answer like that, which is, I mean, is better than getting cut, I guess. But I'm not sure. The problem is black has spent so many moves here and getting so thick. I guess the good news is that at least white got cut over here, so it's not so bad. That was honestly a very interesting sequence. I'm kind of unsure whether white was really better than just capturing. Obviously, if you just capture like this, black was planning to block and then to, like, cover that with the move here. That's why he played here rather than extending. If he had extended, then after that, this block is probably not going to work. Then there would be cut, extend, and if you go all the way down, then this one would be sente. But the idea of this one is to cover that so that then black could block. So white switched in response to black's, like, cowardice. But it definitely allows this big move for black. Very interesting fighting. And interesting fighting again here. Black really went for the descend to the first line. I I'm quite surprised. You can see, by the way, in their overall match history, Tu Xiaoyu has won 84 times to Byung-Seung Gil's 35. It's just that today, Byung-Seung Gil has won 4 in a row. It's a reversal of fortune. I think it's probably part of why Tu Xiaoyu is tilted. He wants to be able to beat Byung-Seung Gil. This looks weird. I don't know what's happening here. It's some kind of switch. So I have to figure out this reading. So what's going on in that topside fighting? So if White had just answered normally, I do not know what's happening on the top side. It's very confusing, honestly. Black is gonna fill directly there. He did not. I think Black has decided that White is not gonna die there, but it still is Seki at the moment. That's my read on it. It's very complicated. That's interesting. Wow! I thought for sure Black was going to play Atari first if he does it this way, since he's shooting it. But that one says, White, you're now dead. Oh no. He spent another move. Now White is definitely dead, but I thought White was already dead. Why not? There. So if there, I guess you could call it. So there. It was Ko, actually. Oh. So after this, it was Ko if White tried to chase it, and then that one saved it. So now White is dead from a situation where there was Ko. Honestly, he's kind of right. Those moves were hella valuable, as far as I can tell. It looks like dumb tilt to spend 2 extra moves here. Originally, White couldn't kill it anyway, so probably the first move is bad, but the second move I don't think is bad. I think after the first move, it became important for White to trigger, and White did not trigger in time. But I don't know. My reading is not on the level with these guys. Is he gonna... What? Oh, I see. They're so sharp. They're so sharp, actually. That was a gorgeous exchange, those 2 moves. Okay, so now Black is swimming in the center. White is very healthy in the center here, so White is going to consider attacking. He also wants to get his own area. Like, even though White is healthy, it's healthy because he has the chance to get his area and be safe. So that's a comfy way to save yourself, and you're building territory as well. He goes for the attach on the left side, trying to get a little bit more, press a little harder. I appreciate that he's so ambitious here, but I think it's a little over-ambitious, probably. Even if White would have just taken the center passively there, Black would not be happy answering on the left. or towards the center left. So he really didn't have to go in and break the center left himself. It was a little bit too far, too much. Okay, so here now we have the strong attack that Bensingo is looking for. He's timed it after this exchange on the bottom side, where any move he gets in the center here can really change the block, the color of that block. And if black would answer over here, it's obviously missing the point of something happening in this part. This move by black looks very nice. The idea, if white cuts, then I think black wants to play attach out. And the idea is that we're squeezing white. That this white is... It's really awkward for white to spend more stones there, which is just accentuating on the fact that white wasn't supposed to be spending stones there in the first place. So even though black is forced back here and white gets a little bit of extra territory, this is the shape that black was aiming for, where white just ends up putting like 5 stones in a row, just sort of chilling in the middle and not actually doing anything. White maybe will, yeah, it's awkward. Maybe we'll turn, maybe we'll... Okay, he triggers this on the bottom side right away. This is, it looks like it's too much, but this is transforming it to a sacrifice. I see. This cut is a great move. And then, after a target will surely not be about connecting. Surely not. Yeah, it's just a sacrifice. This is a wonderful sacrifice, actually. Really beautiful. I couldn't think of this move order. I really admire this fight. That was a wonderful sequence to play, especially in a 15-second game. Blocking here, intent of only this with the plan to cut, is a wonderful sacrifice. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, the reason why he hasn't exchanged F18 yet is because he's not sure that black will answer, I think. And also because he can potentially use it from the center. But I think as F18 is a very valuable move. Anyway, keeping it in reserve is also quite nice. Because he also has some major problems to solve in the center. His group and black's group, some major like incentives to play in the center there. So now he got to use this one, which is very pleasant for him because it makes it so that this one is very clear Sente, filling in the black liberty. If white would connect, it would make it so that black is way more restricted. So that's why he wanted to exchange it in that order, making sure he gets the F18 Sente. Wonderful sacrifice. Gets this as well on the left side. Wonderful attack over there. Looks like white will win again, honestly. How could black possibly win a game if white played it that wonderfully? Black can probably save in the center very comfortably here. But after that, all he has is the bottom and the upper right, which is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Looks like about 70 points. And wait, and that's quite a bit extra that he just got now. And wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 16, 17, 18. Looks like actually white is losing a little bit. That black captured just now meant that not only does he get those extra points, but also black has some extra value, just general value in the center, from the fact that he doesn't have to save himself. And since he doesn't have to save himself, he's going to be able to respond endgame aggressively, meaning like as they play endgame, black doesn't have to do stupid stuff just to keep himself alive. So he gets the opportunity to do stuff like this. This is endgame aggression, where now he's talking about how there can be a problem if white would... if white cuts here, then it's going to be block, like push here, and then attach if white doesn't respond, and obviously white would you know, die over here. If you, so the cut was not possible there, and that meant that black can connect through and continue to use the forcing moves. So now if black would be allowed to push through and cut, that would be sente. So that's why white must answer. This one is also sente. You know, black forcing white to answer again. And while all that happened, white couldn't even find a timing to answer to the corner. So this one, massive endgame as well. That was a nice sequence by black. Very nice endgame aggression. We'd love to see it. Ah. This one by white, trying to prevent black's attachment to the corner. It offered a ko, but that ko would be so dangerous for black. As if white wins, then the whole group on the left side would die, and white would definitely win the game. So instead of fighting that ko, black just answered, and that meant that white had to answer. So in the end, it was still very good for black to get that exchange in. It's interesting to know that that's how that works. Yeah. That reading in the upper left and like judgment analysis, all that stuff, very useful. Stuff happens all the time. It's good for me to remember. So white extending here got himself a little bit of extra value in the center. But overall, it should still be black's game, I think. I don't know how. I don't know what black did that was so wonderful. I mean, maybe killing this top side, but it didn't seem that efficient. Maybe the right side is nice for black. I honestly have no idea what black did that well, except for the fact that white put a bunch of stones here, and then black broke everything. Like this part that black did, and before that when black was putting all the white stones there. Like, black managed to save himself in the center while getting this area, and white only got this area. Originally, like, white was attacking, but it turned out that they were basically even on the amount of territory they got. Only white just got the left side, which is honestly not even that undeserved. Like, that was just kind of his already. Just a time CG for white, trying to figure out what the correct endgame is here now. It's pretty hard. Chooses that one, so that's just a sente. Definitely a nice one though, good one to get. Ooh, interesting cut. So white will eventually have to play here, but what black is talking about is that he won't have to answer if he gets this one and this Atari and sente. So yeah, this one is to keep the meaning of this cut. This is a cutting threat, you know? To keep the meaning of that and retain sente, white gives up 1 point. Although probably he would have to give up that 1 point anyway in the future. So it's not really 1 point. It's like maybe half a point at most. And yeah, he can get sente for it. So definitely worth it. Or not. He can't get sente for it? Wait, I'm actually confused. Why can't... Wait, just kill this now. Play here and it's dead, right? Why not? Ah, if you play here and make the cut, then this one shorts its own liberties. The problem is the cut here is still very meaningful, isn't it? I don't understand, because the cut here comes with Atari. Are they misreading? They must not be. I know they're not misreading. Ah, they were... Black was going to connect here and then say, if you dare do that, then I get the sente moves here. Ah, so black was going to connect here the whole time. That makes sense. That's how they managed to... I should remember that technique. Yeah. Yeah. I totally get that. Okay, so white's throw is totally fake, and now they're just playing the 2-point endgames. That Atari is very meaningful, actually. Oh, he got it in sente. That's huge. That's huge. 1 point sente. That was kind of contestable. If black had made the Atari earlier, then this one, black would have played another big move elsewhere, right? Well, I guess there's nothing. Actually, yeah, black wouldn't have played another big move elsewhere because there was only just Ko's to take regardless. So never mind me, never mind. Somehow, though, I forgot. When White did that, it was the eye. And so black has to spend one extra move inside. That means that one was not just 1 point. That was 2 point. And basically Sentai here. So that was actually bigger than some of these other endgame that they were doing. Little bit of a whoopsies that allowed White to fight this endgame co at all. Because basically what should have happened is that black should have been able to finish this ko if he had taken this rather than taking some of the 2 point moves that he took. If he had taken the center thing, I mean. I think. On the other hand, White used it in Sentai to get like literally a 3rd point, so maybe it would have been fun. Wow, White wins by resignation, really? It must be close. White wins by 1.5 according to score estimator. My judgment was that White was leading that fight, but my counting was that black should win. Okay. Tuja Yu has challenged Moon Minjong, another Korean player. Trying to get his revenge against someone else now, it seems. Maybe Benson Gill got tired after 5 games straight. That was pretty exciting. Here's the game. Yeah, so White actually had it right here, what he was doing. Black's cut is overplay, because this one and then the threat into the corner is severe. Yeah, White could have done it this way. He just hated this one, but actually, it was fine. You could let that happen. This way was also reasonable. And yeah, black could have Tenuki'd now. The idea of Tenuki is cut and then... Oh, I thought it was Tenuki again. But actually, cut and then get the eye and block. Wow. Interesting. Get the eye and block is positive for black, huh? Because you get to Tenuki at least. Very interesting. Okay, it went like this. And then, yeah, I was telling you guys, this one is tilt move. There's no way that this move is good. And then there's some interesting fighting going on. Yeah, I was not sure why White didn't just accept. This is the most obvious thing to do. Instead, playing this way, it let black take the very comfortable shape. I guess the reason why is because he realized black would not be able to take a liberty. But even still, when you just accept all this stuff, it's not like black is going to go take a liberty unless he does it in Gote. And the accepting is so nice for your outside shape. It's the main thing, I guess, here. Wow, White went in, and that was wrong, apparently. Black could play away. Very nice move by White. I didn't realize that this is exactly correct. It seemed nice, but that's very cool. It's exactly correct. Okay, here I said after this one is slow, and then after that it was urgent. But I was wrong. I wasn't that wrong. It was definitely valuable to go over here, but this one is more valuable. And yeah, basically this triple Hano is really awesome for White, apparently. That makes sense. This triple Hano does seem pretty awesome for White. But he wasn't supposed to extend. What does that mean? Why? It's about saving after the one stone runs out? Wow. So here, black is going to run out that one stone. Wow. And he even reinforced it. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, so this was about attacking that black group on the right side. Wow. Okay. That's very cool. That's very cool. Totally understandable how they miss it. I told you guys this exchange was amazing, right? It was. He was actually supposed to keep exchanging them. That's somewhat surprising. You don't really think that capturing the 3 stuns is worth enough. So obviously black can Tanuki here. It's like, we got very thick because this one is at least Sente, but it doesn't seem like it's worth it to just get the extra 6 points in this Sente, but honestly it's a lot of points. It's like a lot of points, and the strength is also like nothing. But just the sheer number of points of that is surprising when I actually count it and think about it. Alright, so I told you guys here we should just be stable. Actually, stable would be to go and get all the points over here. That makes sense. Yeah, when he did this one, when he did this side attacking, then black just floated randomly in front, and it was definitely good. This fighting, I thought black gained. it thinks that this is so important. This bottom right thing. The cut was wonderful. Atari was nice, I think, yeah. Yeah, I was curious about this. Whether we could use that and then block on the outside. Problem is, like, it's not that powerful to go for the actual block here, because the opponent can just push through and you don't get anything. So that's why he just connected and was patient. And then after the connect, it was like less valuable to play that thing on the right, but still pretty valuable. Wow, this one is terrible. I can't believe it. Doesn't seem terrible, but it was terrible. Terrible because black had this thing, which is really big. Yeah, I see. That's why this one is terrible. Not really on its own merit, but mostly because the black attack over here was like really nice. The move there. This game was very close in the end game. Tough to say any of these moves are wrong, at least when I'm like looking at them here. This one is interesting. It was slightly better to answer the other way. It actually lost a lot of win rate. Wow. But he had the right idea here. Yeah, Benson Gill, very nice. Understanding that this is of course going to be what happens. Just shaking down the territory, using that, and then using the 2-pointer. Probably black couldn't win here, no matter what. His best way was to... So this was a 1-point Sente for white, you could think of it as. And rather than that, this one was much better. This one, when black answered in the game, it was as if it were 1-point Sente, plus the 1 point here, so like 2-point Sente, which would obviously be way too much. And the reason why it's like nearly Sente is because if white can win the Ko and then skip the move over here, that's a wonderful gain. So this 2-point move is black's undoing when white got to go here, then finally white was clearly leading. I guess before that, then the Ko might be decisive. It's pretty exciting because this one, now this that creates a Ko, so it makes it so that this one is meaningful. Then we can have straight Ko fighting. The AI's win rate is in white's favor. Seems like white will win this game by 0.5 point. But instead he won by 1.5. Or, still 0.5 point. But I just ran out of threats. And white was gonna win. Wow. The game is so close, straight through the end. This move is wrong. Supposed to cut first. But mostly it's that this one is bigger, huh? So locally speaking, white has an Atari here, and then this block. And then you should assume that's the right. And then over here, this is just a half half-point thing. So in total, white has 3.5 points here. And so this breaks it to make it literally 0. And comparatively, if black plays here, so that one white managed to reduce 2 points in Sente. And then also get the 1 point. And if black plays here, then black still owes 1 move, I think, inside. Later. Does black owe 1 move? Is that just 3 points better? It can't be 3. This is just an exchange, but here, white plays this one. White clearly only gets 3.5 points. And then this one, if there's nothing happening here, like let's just play a random 2 point and there's nothing, then compared to the game, where black had to spend a move here and a move here, and then white also got the extra point, in total, this is 3 points better. I mean, this is Sente, 3 points for white. Oh, but Sente 3 points, but the next move is tiny. I see. Right. This one is Gote 3.5, and this one is reverse Sente 3. But actually, it's only a little bit because the size of the next Gote is tiny. Okay, that's funny. But black must have been very tilted to play a 3.5 point Gote rather than a reverse Sente 3. It must have been a lot of tilt. I mean, he's a super top pro. This kind of thing never should happen in his game. He got honestly saved from making an even worse mistake by the fact that it went down so much. Or maybe he only thought it was 3 and he only thought it was a 2 point. Like I did at first. He probably only thought it was a 2 point reverse Sente, and then therefore that the 3.5 Gote was worth it. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Is he probably like made a local miscount. It's only a 15-second game, so that kind of thing can happen. If he had actually like seen the point values, then well, obviously if he saw everything, then he would get it right. that stage of the endgame is not supposed to be hard for players at their level. He's playing again against Moon Minjong here. In their results history, they've played 7 times, and Tujayu has won literally every single game. Let's see whether he's untilted enough to beat Moon Minjong. Moon Minjong, a prodigy, by the way, was a rising star in Korea. Plays a lot on Fox, tries to learn, tries his best, but somehow he's never quite cracked through to the next super top level. Still a young guy. Plenty of time to learn. For what I see of Moon Minjong's game is that he's incredibly sharp. He's really sharp. But sometimes just naive, honestly. Which should go away with experience. Like, he was touted as a high prospect for a reason. It's because he's super good at reading, and that kind of like inexperience, naivety that you see sometimes from the young players, usually that goes away. I haven't seen many Moon Minjong games recently, but somehow it still seemed like he was kind of naive the last time I saw. So here it seems that Tujayu is murdering him. Yeah, locally speaking, he doesn't have an eye. Unfortunately, over here, there's no way to cut this, because if you save your 3 stones with the Atari, then you have to save this stone, and then when... I thought it's like when it pushes through, it's going to be fine, but actually it's not so clean, right? Wait, actually, maybe white has something here. I think this might be misread by Tujayu. Because it seems like you can do it when there's a throw-in, but actually you can't. It seemed like black would be fine to this variation, but actually he's got to switch now and let white capture the 2 stones, and therefore white can live. all that black is gonna get is to save these stones by capturing these. But when white saves this whole thing by capturing, and there should be some pressure here as well. I think we're gonna see a connect. No, co. Okay, this is not naive whatsoever. Looks very strong. Looks very strong what Moon Mahjong is doing right now. This looks pretty devastating to black. Okay, that's a very interesting move from black. Allowing himself to get squeezed and cut, and just gonna endure it. So now White's idea is that he can block the outside with the Atari. He can block here and capture these stones while he links up to these. Yeah, but in the meantime, you can still save these by capturing these stones, so you don't even need to do that yet. You can preserve the co-threats. In the meantime, if he had not, I think he was worried that black would come back here. But yeah, this is nice. So now White managed to win that ko and sente effectively. And now he's going to come back over here. Atari and block. Or maybe Atari Knight's move. Just block. Yeah, block is better because we can push and then we can get any forcing move here. Now black is going to try to kill our upper left corner, but that is usually not dead. Usually it can just save itself with at least a ko. So this way, when white Ataris, black can make a ko in the corner. Like that. And when white dies in this ko, it's honestly not even that bad. Like, black is going to try to make it really nice. Try to push white back and stuff. But honestly, this is... Wow, white does it the super strong way. And I don't mean in the sense that I should. When you say super strong, it should mean, like, kind of overreach. But this is super strong and like kind of underreach, and rather than to push here, it's just very natural. Okay, so when we block here, then black can never push through this. So you'd normally think like, oh, I can double peep or something, or I can use the weaknesses over there. You basically never can. This one is not sente towards the left. So that really changes the fighting that's going on there. I wonder whether we're gonna see a... Oh, we're gonna see a trade. Okay, yeah, that made sense as a good time to trade. So black is stuck here with the bottom right, which is 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60... To white's 10, 20, 30, 50, 60. White is winning, I think. As long as white gets some moderate value from this area, which should be very easy. So black does this one to try to live. It's still not easy. Okay, wait, calms down. That makes sense. Yeah, this one, if white would have continued on the right side, like to try to kill would be like this. Yeah, white already got something enough. Black resigned. And he goes again. 2 Jayus. Tilt streak continues. That's Moon Mahjong's first win ever. Against 2 Jayu. That was an interesting game. So what happened there was that the fighting against that white group on the left side was overplay by Tujayu, because there's a sequence where after that cutting stuff, white could extend a third time and then use the liberty shortage properly, which black thought that white wouldn't have time for. And then after that, basically, because white was alive, white could bully things everywhere, and it was kind of impossible for black to get enough. Somehow black had already like invested into that attack, and white had plenty of his own areas elsewhere. Okay, so now Moon Mahjong plays black, and Tujayu is white. So that was very sharp by Moon Mahjong. It was good reading. And he probably had that read out from like much before. I only read it out slightly before he did it. I think he had it read out probably a long time before he did it, probably. Or at least he knew that the stuff was there. He may not have read like the exact sequences or timing that he's going to use it, but he knew it's there. Basically, a lot of the time when you read at a high level, you aren't reading like... I'll do this and then he'll do this. It's like, I have this and he has that. And then only once you get to the moment where stuff is happening, then you think, I do this and he does that, and I do that and he does that. But like from afar, you aren't reading very precise timings like that, I think. At least I'm not. Maybe they are. Wedge! Interesting. Moon Mahjong is sharp. Here he is. The idea is if white has to fall back and connect on the top side, that means white is reduced already. And if white fights, then black gets to sort of try to float and fight inside of the white area. It's going to be really hard for white to do that because black is supposed to be pretty strong in the corner here. So it looks like a good move, honestly. I do not see. Maybe I'm the naive one, but yeah. This seems like the best way for white to contest it, but I do not see how this will be very comfortable for white. Black uses this one. White usually has to just directly answer that. If white doesn't, it's possible to like play jump here, for example. When black makes the cut, then black gets the resources against both sides. So usually that's very useful to black, and it would just be easier for white to actually control the outside by connecting here in the first place. So then black turns. Yeah, this is the plan for black, is that you're trying to use the topside resources to say, hey, I can just save here. I can fly in here. When you played on the right side, that gave me the opportunity to play on the top. That's what you're saying. Ooh, nice sharp move again by Moon Mahjong. The obvious move is to Atari. The Atari is the shape move. After Atari, if black, if white connects, then white has bad shape. But white would never connect that. White would have blocked at black's point and then use the table shape to connect. So instead, by playing here, black has said, hey, if you connect, then I get to play here and you don't get to block. So I get more space. And if you go down, then I kill you. So white said, you know what? Fine, you do that. I just capture the one stone. I get thick on the outside. You can save. You can even link up. This is allowing black to link up his stones if he had wanted just now. He chose not to, actually. Moon Mahjong actively chose not to link up his stones. If he played here, then there was no way for white to disconnect after that, even though there were some Shortage Liberty resources. Like eventually white could not actually use them. But the problem would just be that black is getting pushed down all the way, and he probably wouldn't like this cut, or this peep, I mean. And so he just decided to capture a stone instead and save himself separately on each side, trying to take the tiger's mouth here, trying to basically go to the valuable areas. Honestly, I think it's a mistake. I think it must have been better to play the block. This doesn't seem comfortable at all. Even though black can definitely save it now, I'm 100% confident in black's ability to use this area to make one eye. That shouldn't be hard. Well, it might be slightly hard, but it should be possible. It should be done. this group will still be in danger after that. So after this one saves itself, and it's not that easy, so he did not push first. I thought you have to push first and then Hane first. I wonder what the problem was with that. This looks much more dangerous. I mean, there's still, you can use this one to save it, but I guess it's probably fine this way too. Anyway, this is what I was talking about. As soon as this one does save itself, and it did, well, white will just pincer, and now this group has to save itself. And when this group saves itself, white is going to break the whole right side. This, obviously, it doesn't even look like it's a black potential area anymore, let alone, you know, let alone black being strong there. It looks more white than black when black is kind of weak and saving himself, right? So the link up underneath on the first line would have been better than this, I think, here. But still, black is gonna be fine. White does not go down to the second line with black. Usually, if you play locally, you should push here. And white decided not to push here. I think it would have been fine, but white just is instead interested in developing his own bottom side. Interesting attach by black on the bottom side, and very interesting timing for white to switch. So white immediately triple Hanes and then plays over here. I honestly don't get it. That seems like it's obviously wrong. It seems like white could have just gotten the triple Hane later. Black is always going to respond this way. And yeah, now what basically white has done is invested into the attack. What? That is not. What? No. No. Capturing the 3 stones must be bigger than these 2 moves. I know they're super pros, but I can't agree. Especially this one. This one is not even a threat anymore. I mean, before it was almost believable. The threat is not real, but it's like kind of believable. But that's insane. You have to play capture here, and then after this one, you'd have to answer and answer. It is not correct to give up the 3 stones. When you give up the 3 stones, it doesn't look that big. Just by territory, it's not that big. You give up the cutting points over here. And those cutting points have high value. You can definitely use them to reduce the weight outside. Or to just take your own territory by capturing. So instead we have this variation. And black did manage to play something. So block like that looks a little powerful. And then he managed to make something happen here. So he got something in the bottom right in exchange for this part, but he's also, it's in exchange for this part and an attack here. He's also in trouble at the same time. Alright, let's see. How can black save from now? This looks really hard. Amusingly, white has like a ladder breaker for many situations. This is like a shoulder hit ladder breaker. But it was not done in that order. Done beforehand and opposite order. Very funny. Okay, so then we have white turn and black Hane, and white extend. So white focusing on saving himself in the center, just floating here. Black's, this move is very thick. I think it's the correct move rather than pushing out. I really do agree. I couldn't think of the move myself, but I should be able to. It's really not supposed to be that hard to play moves like that, but for me sometimes it is. Anyway, after that, white just decides to float, and then black puts a little pressure over here, but he's not ready to actually cut because white blocks, and then there's no way, even though you play that, there's no way to win the liberty race against this thing. You churn, and white fills your liberties. Wait, hold on a second. There's something. Oh, but this one is not. I see. Because we didn't save these 3 stones. I forgot we didn't save those 3 stones. Then it's just immediately killable. My bad. So this is not working because of that. Normally it would be working. Probably Moon Mahjong did not expect it to not be working. It's very nice for white to have this kind of thing to nuke. It's actually like not that nice, but it feels very good. Like when, as a human, you play the game, you're like, oh yeah, I got to beat up that Hane. But actually, Moon Mahjong is totally okay with just putting a stone here, floating in front of the white, stopping it from building and relaxing. Okay, White played that move on the right side that I was talking about earlier. Is after the invasion here. So at this point, White was basically forcing Black to do something thickening. Otherwise, there would be some massive danger. And then White got to run to the corner, and when saving himself here, it's interesting to note he plays this one rather than the descend. Those are the two moves that I would think of, but the reason to play this one rather than descend is probably, yeah, it has to do with the attach here after the descent. Basically, when you play at 018, you get an I shape already, and you kind of want that. So after this attach, you would probably want to back off anyway. But this way, it means you've already backed off. It's like much better for health. It's pretty interesting to note. I would not have played this move. I would not have even really thought about it, but it is better. It's a very cool maneuver, like strategy. I love their dedication to playing the best move all the time, even in 15-second games. Like, at my level, nobody plays this move in a 15-second game. Nobody, literally nobody. But it's really wonderful to see that kind of thing optimized in you know, in severe time pressure and confusion. Still, you optimize this kind of thing. Yeah, this looks dangerous for White. So the good news is, because he captured these 2 stones, he's perfectly impervious over there. But the problem is, when he connects here or saves himself somehow and he blocks, he's still not clearly alive. So he's doing this one to try to be a little healthier. Now, obviously, Black could exchange something and then play here, and then White will just answer and White will be alive. He's thinking about whether he can do something better for the endgame. So by reserving it here, he hopes to do something better than just block, which could be something inside to try to like stress out the White life and death a bit more. Oh, or it can just be Tenuki, and it's very minimally better. That makes sense. Yeah, it's very minimally better to do this when we're just reserving the Aji. Yeah. So don't exchange it because we keep the Aji. Yeah. I don't know why that's foreign to me. That really shouldn't be. Very nice. And Black push and cut here. Exciting. This one means he's intent on counterattacking the top side. If White full focuses on developing this area. Basically, it's saying, White, you really are going to develop this area that thin? I don't know. I don't know if I can let that happen. That's what Drawing is saying. But this looks a little... I mean, White's plan is also to like let the top side get attacked, because he's not that much in danger. So finally, Black falls back a bit, and then pushes through. Okay, this is a very interesting sequence now. We're gonna see if White cuts. If White cuts, we're gonna see Atari and this, and then save, I think. So White does not cut, but plays here first, saving himself, saying, "Hey, I couldn't attack you seriously anyway. You were still gonna run out." So saving himself first and just waiting for Black's movement. That makes sense. It's clearly better. Nice move. Black is just going to use his times CG. These are Sente, strong Sente moves for Black, as in like absolute Sente, basically. It is also absolute Sente. This is Sente, so White needed to live like that, and Black is trying to talk about how this one will be useful in the life and death here. I don't really see that. Oh, he's trying to talk about how it just makes this Sente. I see. If he hadn't played this, he was worried it would not be Sente, but it was. I'm pretty sure going to be Sente if he didn't exchange it or not. Oh no, you know what? He did it because White was about to save himself, and then White should definitely exchange these things before he saved himself. Oh, that is actually very dedicated to the truth of things. Wow, that's actually wonderful. I can't even think of that kind of detail before it happens. But it happens actually all the time in my game that I miss that kind of thing. I really need to know how to think of that quickly. There's no life and death issues anymore, I think, for the corner. But just that throw-in is still a good endgame, so he exchanged it in Sente. Why not? Black defends the left side, just big move. Just a big move. So the overall story of the game right now, Black has the right side and the left side. And looks like the white bottom left corner will carry the game. I don't know. White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 3, 4. And Comey. And Black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 14, 15, 16, 17. It looks like Black is winning. Oh, but there's a push through here. So actually the game is close. Or maybe White is winning with that push through. That's a lot of value. I counted literally nothing here for White. Which is definitely not true. Nice tiger's mouth. Yeah, this is a great move. Black is hoping that this tiger's mouth that he just played will sort of naturally net him a few more points by being a little stronger, a little safer. But the major point of this was to apply pressure to that, and then White solved it while reducing optimally, which is not good news for Black. Not good news whatsoever. This was very big for Black. Yeah, he was thinking about the cut. I was thinking about the cut here as well just now. What exactly is happening over here is not that clear. Yeah. Okay, it's clear now. It's clear, it's clear, it's clear. I was thinking about whether we could aim at reducing the shortage of liberties over here. So for example, if you played this one and White answered, then you could Atari and Descent. But when you play this one, White will definitely just solid connect. And then at the end here, you can see it's basically the same thing. Black managed to reduce from this side. Now if he tries to reduce one way, then White will answer the outside. But he already managed to force White to spend the extra moves inside answering here. So it's, yeah. It might have been a bit better to exchange at this moment, exchange this. But White could have captured and then been able to fix this part. So even though you get to break here, it's nothing. So it was probably good what he did. I think it's actually objectively correct. Interesting cut exchange. Seems good. That one is, yeah, quite big actually, because the cut in the center is still meaningful for the center. And White wins by resignation. So the push through and being able to secure this area, that was like an additional 10 points. On what I already thought was like only a small lead. So yeah, White was leading. White was winning. White by 4.5. Nice! Tuja, you finally got a win. He can go to bed. Congrats to Tuja, you. This game. Yeah, Moonman Zhuang's idea was so nice here, but I think he had to connect on the first line through the second line bump there. And yeah, Wait just had a nice general territory initiative through this point. I think Wait is already leading by the small amount he was leading later. And then when Wait got to take this as well, that was also very good for Wait. And then the cut, this is also like well done. Yeah, I think Wait through now should be leading a lot actually. And then the living there was also very nice, but I don't think that he played it that optimally. Like at this point, I'm guessing is more like White by 10 or 12 actually. So I think it's like a big lead, and then just letting Black take that was the easy way, and then letting Black push through here was not very comfortable. And then the cut here, he managed to clean it up. But this was generally well executed by Black as well, but still Black is just going to lose. So that was nice. I think this is a genuinely great game by Tuja. Finally, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And eventually he manages to beat a famous player, Moon Zhuang, no slouch whatsoever. Let's see this game in AI and then call it quits for today. So yeah, through here, it was a nice move by yeah, nice idea by Moon Zhuang. This one though, apparently, even though this one is possible for White, oh. It's really uncomfortable to make the finishing connect, and then Black would live. I see. So it's actually... this was actually just fine, interestingly. And here, I thought this one is the one that you have to do, but AI says this one is the one you have to do. Wait, this one just works. I didn't even read this one correctly. I just misread here. Yeah, if you can do this one, it's absurd not to. Black's move is clearly wrong. And here, he could have done this one, but he was afraid of this move. It was not very easy to figure out how to live. He can just use this space, but here he was going to use that space anyway. Yeah, I thought you were supposed to push here first, but actually I'm wrong. Even though you can escape this way, or like barely escape, it's super uncomfortable. And obviously it's a lot better to save yourself with eyes when possible, especially since this is so nice. Yeah, so actually here... He paused for a while, figuring out how to live. Yeah, he knew about this stuff. Moonman Zhuang is so sharp. He definitely knows about that stuff. The problem is he didn't evaluate it properly, I'm sure. Just something went wrong in evaluation of some trading sequence. But it looks wonderful, actually. Probably he only thought about playing this one first, and then you can definitely still live this way. Yeah, you can make a sacrifice. Yeah, he probably was reading variations like this, where you manage to make the sacrifice and save, but you can see it's still not that good. Because White gets to become so strong here. So instead of doing that, he just decided to directly play here and live. Yeah, it's very hard to think. You should cut first in order to make that work with whatever thing that Black gets from this. Yeah. The idea that this one sent to A and then we kill the top is so strong. So strong. Anyway, that didn't happen. So this happened, and then the attack here, yeah. And then territory here. Wow. He's right? Oh. He had to exchange this as well. And Black needed to immediately cover it. If Black would immediately cover it, then White would regret. Wow, yeah. So you always think after Hane that you're under pressure. But actually, you almost never are. Like, just one Hane, you're already going to have a losing fight if you play there. So if you don't play there, then you have a losing area. But you would have a losing area anyway. So it is, like, actually not that big of a change. When Black plays the next move here, it doesn't make that big of a difference, you know? Okay, here I thought Black has to do this, but I was wrong. And I was wrong about this as well. So the problem if you do this is that black, yeah, the bullying sequence here is actually pretty strong. And after this one, White had a way to dodge himself, make himself free of the bullying. So it was fine. Man, White is so clean with it. And then this one, the fact that White need not respond is devastating for black. And I told you guys, White should be winning by like 10 or 12 here, right? Remember? I told you, White by 12. Exactly now. My judgment's pretty good, huh? Pretty good. But, yeah, there is no way. When White knows he's leading by 12, and he's a top pro, he's not going to lose that much. It's no way to come back. Even though I think Moon Mahjong honestly played very well from now. Doesn't matter to play very well when you are losing so much to start, which is pretty frustrating. I can tell you. I can tell you. At least at my level, if I play like very well, I always get a chance. At his level, you know, sometimes you play very well and you don't get a chance. It's something I only really experience when I play against AI. It's the experience of like actually playing really high quality moves and still not getting anything. Not increasing your win rate a smidge. Anyway, it was a nice game. Yeah, really nice game. Interesting fighting on the bottom side here. It's definitely educational for me. Yeah, they're really focused on like making good things happen on the bottom. Really wonderful fighting. Very, very cool what they did there. And especially the fact that this kind of like honey move can be actively like punished hard. That's very cool. Yeah. The fact that this move is like hard punished by White is, I mean, I can tell you it wouldn't be hard punished at my level. It would be soft punished, but you can say this move is like the last losing move for black, which just doesn't, it's never like that at my level. Like, even if White would play away, it would still be fightable somehow, but yeah, it's very clean. White was actually correct, by the way, to play these moves. It was just the push, the thing that let him get sort of split here that got him in real trouble. Actually, just his gentle reductions here. The reason why the black gets a full point for playing here is because the AI is, you know, very harshly trying to play away rather than do this, and when black does the expected move, his expected score goes way up compared to all the stupid things the AI is doing to try to like flail or doing in his mind. AI would not actually do them, but it would still read them. Yeah, honestly, black was so sharp. Using this first and then here was wonderful. Like every little detail was exactly perfect for black here. And that doesn't matter at all. So really nice last game by Tujayu. Shows his power. He's pretty good at this game. Man, I can't imagine playing a game that good while tilted, like maybe lying in bed, like super late in the day. That's really crazy. Nice games. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. See you another time.